You ever get to the end of a week and think, wait, where did the time go? It feels like Monday hits, you blink, and suddenly it's Friday, and your whole week just sort of happened to you. Well, we're going to talk about a super simple method to take back control and turn that weekly chaos into a feeling of calm.
So, does this sound familiar? You wake up Monday and you're already behind. You spend the whole week putting out fires, just reacting to whatever comes your way, while those big, important goals you have just keep getting pushed back. If you're nodding right now, trust me, you are not the only one.
You know, every week really boils down to one of two things. On one hand, you've got the reactive week. That's the one filled with stress, scheduling conflicts popping up out of nowhere, and those last-minute scrambles. But on the other hand, you can have a proactive week. And that feels totally different. It's about control, clarity, and honestly, just calm. The difference isn't luck, it's having a plan.
Yeah, there's a name for this feeling, the weekly overwhelm. It's the reason so many of us get the Sunday scaries. It's that anxiety that builds up when you know you're heading into Monday totally blind, with no real map for the week ahead. It feels like a surprise attack every single time.
But what if I told you there's a powerful antidote to all this chaos? A simple, little ritual, maybe 30 minutes, that can totally flip the script and put you right back in the driver's seat of your own life. It's called weekly big picture planning. And really, all it is taking a deliberate time out once a week to look at the week ahead. You get to map out your main goals, see all your commitments in one place, and decide ahead of time how you're going to spend your most precious resource, your time.
And here's the best part. We're not talking about hours of some complicated, detailed scheduling. No way. We're talking 30, maybe 60 minutes, once a week. That is literally all it takes to completely change how your week feels.
So why is this such a game changer? Well, for starters, you spot scheduling conflicts before they can even happen. Plus, you get to be strategic. You can line up your toughest tasks with the times of day you have the most energy. And maybe best of all, you just get rid of that awful last-minute pressure.
All right, so how do we actually do this? Let's break it down into a super simple 5-step ritual that absolutely anyone can use to get a handle on their week.
Okay, here's the playbook. Step 1, reserve the time. Find a consistent spot, maybe Sunday evening, and protect it. Step 2, list it all. Just do a brain dump of every single deadline, meeting, and appointment you have. Step 3, allocate. This is so important. Drag and drop each of those items onto your calendar as an actual time block. Step 4, resolve. Look at your week. See any clashes? Good. Fix them now, not in a panic on Wednesday. And finally, step 5, verify. Just do one last look over to make sure every single critical thing has a place to live on your schedule.
Now, theory is one thing, right? Let's make this feel real. We're going to walk through an example of a busy student to see just how dramatic this transformation can be. So here's the before. It's just this messy mental to-do list. There's a big exam, a paper due, a group meeting, family stuff, the gym. It's all just swimming around in their head, creating this low-grade hum of anxiety. What's most important? When will they study? It's just chaos.
And boom, here's the after. Just look at that clarity. It's all the same stuff, but now it has a home. They've blocked out specific morning times to study for that big anatomy exam when their brain is fresh. The lab report gets its own dedicated slots. And look at that. You can even see the free time. That's so crucial for not burning out.
And this right here is that resolve step we talked about. During that Sunday planning time, the student would have seen that the Tuesday meeting and the gym session were at risk of clashing. Instead of figuring that out midweek, they can just decide right then and there to move things around. The problem is solved before it even becomes a problem. Of course, no plan is perfect, because life isn't perfect. So let's tackle a few of the most common hurdles people run into just to make sure you can stay on track when things get messy.
First up, the big one. I hear this all the time. My schedule is completely unpredictable.
Things are always popping up. This is a huge roadblock for a lot of us.
The answer is actually pretty simple. You don't schedule 100% of your week. You can't. Instead, you lock down the definite things, the certain appointments and deadlines. For everything else, you build in buffer zones. These are just empty blocks of time on your calendar for all the unexpected things you know are going to happen.
And that leads right into the next question. How do I stop myself from just jamming my calendar so full that I have zero room to breathe? It's a classic trap we all fall into. So think of it like this. You should only ever aim to schedule about 60, maybe 70% of your day. That other chunk of time, that's your breathing room. That's for life to happen, for unexpected tasks, for rest.
A calendar that's packed to the gills isn't productive, it's just fragile, and it's going to break the minute one thing goes wrong.
Okay, and finally, maybe the most real problem of all, what if I just forget to do it? Because building a new habit is seriously tough.
The fix for this is a great little technique called habit stacking. Don't try to force a new habit out of thin air. Instead, just bolt it onto something you already do without thinking. So right after you finish Sunday dinner, or while you're drinking your first cup of coffee on Friday morning, that's when you do your planning. Attach it to an existing routine, set a recurring alarm on your phone, and you'll make it stick.
So after seeing how just a little bit of planning can bring so much order to the chaos, the only real question left is this: what is the very first thing you are going to put on your calendar to start owning your week?